welcome back. I'm so excited about this video. This is our mudroom makeover reveal, tour, how to organize. It's all of those things, and I'm so excited about this video because I love this room. We gained so much storage. It looks so pretty, and the best part, it was done on a really small budget. So here we go.
So this was an unfinished room in our basement for 6 years, and actually it's where we enter the house. We put up drywall, we painted it, but the floor, oh man, we needed to do something about the floor. But because it's in the basement, we needed waterproof. So we chose this vinyl plank flooring from Traffic Master. We picked it up from Home Depot. It's only $1.74 a square foot, and you do not need tools to install it. You just need like an X-Acto knife and some type of ruler system to make sure you're making the straight lines. It goes directly on the concrete. No underlay required. It's not sticky. It goes together like laminate flooring. It looks beautiful, and it's completely waterproof, making it perfect for a basement, a mudroom, or a bathroom. I'm gonna put a link in the description below.
Okay, you guys, so let's talk about these shoe organizers. We actually use them for more than just shoes. There is baskets here that hold our gloves and our scarf. We live in Canada, so it's like half the year is freezing, and then the other half is really hot. So you need like all of this type of storage stuff. So everybody has their own bin, and these bins are just from the dollar store. But it's actually these shelving units I want to talk about. If you've seen any of my older videos, we have had these shelves forever and ever. They're really inexpensive, but they're also cheap. They're cheaply made. It's cheap MDF, you know, press board or whatever it is, but a way to make them waterproof, because otherwise you can probably see, if I was to peel this up, that they've bubbled and warped, and they're not gonna last long term for shoes unless you cover them with contact paper. Just dollar store contact paper. Not only does it make them look so much better than the cheap, you know, $20 shelf, I think they're actually meant for closets, don't quote me on that, but it also makes them waterproof. So you can hang your coats that'll drip down on it, you can put your wet boots and shoes, and it's not gonna wreck the MDF. Here's the proof. We live in Canada. It's wet or snowy 3/4 of the year, and we have used these are the shelving for the last 5 years, and they're still in great shape. So you don't need to spend big bucks to have shoe storage or boot storage, whether it be in your garage or your front entranceway, or if you want to make your own little mudroom. You can use really inexpensive shelving or something that you already have. A little contact paper is all you need to make it waterproof. So now let's talk about these cabinets. So you know we already had the shoe organizers here, and they're the rubber, I believe they're made by Rubbermaid. And so I wanted it all to sort of match, but I also was short on space. And these Rubbermaid ones worked. They're cheap, my friends. They're not great quality. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I paid $45 each. I mean, $45. So for less than $100, we were able to have 2 of these great cabinets that store backpacks and a ton of shoes. The kids can just toss their stuff in when they get home from school. We added contact paper in here again to make it waterproof, because it's not waterproof. You have to have contact paper or they're gonna bubble. They're probably not gonna hold up for years and years, but until we can do our dream, you know, mudroom makeover, they work pretty great. They store things, they get rid of the clutter, they have a spot for my kids to toss in their backpacks and their shoes when they get home from school, and keeping it off the floor, and they look pretty too. So this shelf with the hooks underneath is probably my favorite part of the whole room. And again, it was a super small budget. We already had these hooks. We had some of them in the garage, and one of them, the big one, down here in the craft room before we did the little makeover. So we were using the things we already had. If you were to do this from scratch, I would recommend buying the individual hooks. It's gonna be much cheaper and look a lot better too, but we wanted to do this on a small budget. Here is the trick. You cannot attach these type of hooks or just a regular hook directly to your drywall. When you hang a heavy coat or kids pulling on them with their backpacks, it's gonna pull that right out of the drywall. A better idea, even if you use plugs, a better idea is to attach a board to the wall, screw it into the studs, and then attach your hooks directly to the board. It looks pretty too. So this is just inexpensive pine that we gave a quick coat of paint to, and then attached the hooks directly to that. So it's really sturdy. It's going nowhere. It's right into the studs. These hooks are not going to pull out of the wall. And then a really inexpensive, just $15 board placed on top. I did get some of these pretty little shelf, you can see them here, pretty little shelf holders to put it on top. My husband was like, that's so impractical. Listen, Joe, it's pretty, but this gives you the ability to display, you know, pretty things on top. I have some fake ferns from IKEA, some really inexpensive artwork I got from HomeSense. I'm able to sort of decorate, or if you're looking for more storage space, put some baskets up there. My husband had a genius idea. He actually put a board on top of this one cabinet and the other one, so he had it perfectly level where he wanted to screw in the wood and put the shelf on top. So it's seamless, although I would not have thought of that. I thought that was so clever, so I had to share it with you. That is how he made everything seamless. So let's talk quickly about the decor of this room. I'm in love with like black and white and one other color. I think it's monochromatic, but it just gives that pop. It makes it look more expensive when it's really not. And I've been going to 31 gift parties. So it's like a home party that people have here, like Scentsy or Tupperware or something like that. And they sell these great bags. They are a little pricey, but it's like you go for the party and they're well made, but I always make sure I get the same pattern, and I chose this because I love it, and I knew one day I wanted my whole craft room to be black and white. So I love this because I've had these bags forever and I've been collecting them, but because I've always gotten the same pattern, I was able to really use them in the decor. So this one that's on top of this cabinet has all of like, I take this whole thing when I go grocery shopping, and it's like the grocery bags. It's those reusable grocery bags. Plus I use this big tote as a reusable grocery bag. So it's right by the back door when I'm leaving. It's pretty, but it's really practical.
Inside the other matching tote is where we keep all of the kids' school papers, and on the back of the door, these are hooks just for my husband and I. So we have our coats, my purse, and a bag that we use every day goes here. Joe and I each also have our own basket as a landing strip for our keys, sunglasses, and that sort of thing. And we reuse the curtains from the girls' old bedroom.
So I want to quickly talk about budget because I want to show you guys that this is so affordable. You can make something just like this in your home on a shoestring budget. You guys know I already had these cabinets down here, but you can get them on sale for around $25 each. So even if you didn't have them, let's say that that's $50. I got each of these Rubbermaid cabinets for $45, so we'll add another $100 to that. Definitely buy them on sale. They are cheap, but they really work. So let's put this at I'm bad at math and I have a terrible, are we at 150? Let's pretend we're at 150. We paid $30 for, well, it was less than 30, but let's pretend 30 for this shelf, just a cheap piece of pine at the back and these hardware here. And we already had the hooks. I really recommend buying just inexpensive single hooks to put on your wood. It's less expensive, you can space them apart, and you can really customize the look. So I think, let's just say under $200, because all the bins that you see are from the dollar store. You can create something just like this in your home, whether it's exactly like this or a smaller option. Just don't forget the contact paper, because when you buy cheap shelving and you want to put wet boots and shoes on it, you have to cover it with a contact paper to make it waterproof. But you don't have to spend big bucks to have a really functional and really beautiful space and storage space in your home. So I wanted to share with you, I hope you're feeling inspired to create something similar, or take off your closet doors and create something like a little mudroom inside your closet entranceway. That is all I have to say. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button for more organizing, decorating, and DIY tips each and every week. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for staying to the end. I wanted to share with you, I'm excited about my craft room, and I also feel really guilty, and I didn't know if you guys are the same way. I don't spend like money on myself very often. I nickel and dime us to death little things. Like I'll go to the dollar store and I'll completely waste $50 on garbage, but I will not drop like $500 or something on myself. And even our entire home is decorated. You guys know it's DIY. Our furniture is always secondhand. It's used. We just don't buy things for ourselves or for the home or for myself. So when we went to IKEA to do the craft room, we looked at we wanted to use the IKEA kitchen cabinetry to get all new kitchen cabinetry for this space. Oh my God. I mean, it wasn't anything fancy. We didn't even get a countertop, and it was $4,000. My friends, my heart. Now I've been saving up for this room forever, and it was supposed to be a birthday gift to me like 3 years ago. We've lived here for 6 years and it just hasn't happened. So I'm so excited. The cabinetry is gorgeous and it has like pull-outs and soft close drawers. But a part of me just feels like such a dirtbag because it is gonna be like the most money we've spent on this whole entire house. Our kitchen is 30-year-old cabinets that I painted and that I put gel stain on and spray painted the handles. We haven't spent that kind of money on this house, period. The laminate floors upstairs were like $1 a square foot. So even though we changed all the floors upstairs, everything's been done on such a shoestring budget. This is the first time that we've dropped serious cash, and not some of you were like $4,000 is a lot of money to me. Okay, we don't spend it on stuff like that, and it's not that we don't have it, it's just that we don't like spend money like that on material possessions. And so I feel bad because this is my room, this is my craft room, and it's in the basement, and the only person who's going to use this space is me, and it's going to be like the nicest room in the whole entire house, which makes me feel really guilty. I feel sort of bad about that, and I love doing things for the kids' rooms. You guys know I love decorating kids' rooms. But my own personal spaces is just like used secondhand or like some sort of crafty McCrafty things, sort of like this, just buying $45 cabinets and throwing it together and calling it a day. So yeah, Joe looked like he was gonna throw up when the total price came. That doesn't even include a counter or lights. Oh my God, this room is gonna be so expensive. I can't wait to share it with you, but I also feel super guilty. Tell me not to feel guilty, you guys. Tell me not to feel guilty, as I feel really guilty. I'm justifying it that I'm gonna probably work in this space, maybe, you know, vlog in this space a lot more, and do my crafty McCoo things on the counter when we get a counter. But still, I feel bad spending that kind of money on just me, for me, only me. I feel really guilty about that. I need to do a lot of butt kissing in the future, I think.